Imagine a world where your data is in unbreakable code. Enter quantum cryptography. Why is this so important? Excellent question. Quantum computers will break the code of modern cryptography. Let's go over the basics of quantum computers. Computers make up data using transistors, which are switches. Each transistor is a binary digit, or bit, 1 for on and 0 for off. But a quantum bit, qubit, which is a transistor for quantum computers, can be on and off simultaneously. This concept is known as superposition. However, when the qubit is observed, it becomes either 1 or 0. This can be explained simply through flipping this coin, with heads as 1 and tails as 0. When I flip this coin, we see heads and tails at the same time. When it lands, it's either heads or tails, 1 or 0. Qubits can be both 0 and 1 at the same time, taking less steps and time to find the right combination of zeros and ones to break the code. Quantum computers can calculate prime factors of large numbers quickly. This is devastating for modern cryptography, which multiplies prime numbers to get a bigger number to broadcast as a public key. Let's take an example. George and Mark are trying to exchange credit card numbers. Using modern-day cryptography RSA protocol, each has a prime number as their private key. Both prime numbers when multiplied will be the public key. If an eavesdropper intercepts the message and the public key, they would have to find the prime factors, which are the private keys. This is known as a one-way function. It's incredibly hard to find the numbers of the private key when having the public key. With a modern computer, finding the private key from the public key will take longer than the eavesdropper's lifespan, while the quantum computer will take at most a few hours. That is not good. Luckily, quantum mechanics will save the day by using quantum cryptography. Let me explain. Quantum cryptography uses photons or light particles. A photon either in vertical or diagonal plus 45 degrees spin represents 1, and horizontal or diagonal negative 45 degrees spin represents 0. A photon in a superposition needs to be polarized or filtered to determine 1 or 0. The horizontal and vertical orientations use a rectilinear filter. Diagonal orientations use a diagonal filter. Photons go through a filter to make an unbreakable private key. How do you make it without knowing the spin and filter? Let's go back to George and Mark using the BB84 protocol. George randomly selects filters to use and sends Mark the qubits to guess the filters. George only asks Mark the filters he used for each photon. They note the photons that use the same filter, discarding all others. Any eavesdropper will be puzzled as they have no idea which filter to use. Using the zeros and ones generated from the correct filters, George and Mark make a private key which is unbreakable. This revolutionary technology is truly a breakthrough for the future of cybersecurity. Let's secure the world.